Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so very much for clicking on today's video. I am so excited for today's video. In this video, I bring you along while I read Christmas books. This is my first ever time doing like a Christmas reading vlog and I'm so freaking excited. I have so many books that I want to read before the end of the year, and so I managed to read a couple and I brought you guys along. I recorded my live reactions and I also am telling you my ratings and thoughts and opinions and all that. And if you're reading any Christmas books right now, comment down below which one you're reading. I would love to know. Thank you so very much for watching and I hope you enjoy. I started this book when I was making my 24-hour reading challenge. If you haven't seen that already, definitely go check that out. I had so much fun making that video. But I started this book in that vlog. So to catch you guys up and let you guys know what's going on in the book, basically we're following our main character, Francie. Her real name is Frankincense. Her family is all into the Christmas stuff. They actually own a holiday shop and they actually own like multiple departments on the street called like Candy Lane, I believe, or Candy Cane Lane. She knows all about the Christmas stuff. Like there's a little moment in the book where she's like, I know all the different variations of red, and she like goes into detail about all the different kinds of red, and like she would know because she grew up in this like big Christmas culture because her family, her parents, her grandparents, they own this Christmas shop. So of course she's going to be all around that as a kid. So at this point she's 15 years old and she's working at the Christmas shop to make some money to buy a car, and she has a best friend, Alice, and she's at that stage in her life where both Alice and Francie go to different schools. So she's in that part of her life where she's like, okay, I have to make sure that I put in effort into my friendship, because then I'm really scared that she will like leave me for her other friends at her other school, and like those insecurities come in where you're like, are we gonna stay best friends? Are we gonna stay like this forever? You know, like I feel like almost everyone goes through that part in their life where they start to realize like, oh crap, like not every friendship lasts forever. She wants to get a car so that she can go drive to her house, you know, so it's easier to see one another, so that she makes sure that they're still really close friends. And Alice, I really like her. She is just as funny as Francie. Francie is so funny and Alice is so funny, and they like match each other's energy. Like Alice seems like a very loyal friend. I really am enjoying the book because it's really funny. It's giving me all of those Christmas vibes, and I love reading YA books. The guy she has an eye on, his name is Hector Ramirez, and he works at the Tree Law across the street. She has such a big crush on Hector, and it's so cute to like read about her cheeks blushing, like she's starting to get nervous around him, and like Hector just seems like a really sweet kid. And now I'm gonna keep reading and I'll check up on you guys when there's something interesting that happens in the book, or maybe when I'm almost done with it. We'll see. Okay, book of the month, I see you. This cover is so beautiful and I 100 billion% bought it because of the cover. This was a cover buy. Lumberjacks? Well, our main character is Mexican. His name is Hector Ramirez, and he works at the Tree Lot next door. So instead of him being lumberjack, he's lumber Juan. Lumber Juan. just finished Talk Santa to Me, and it was like a feel-good, overall good book. I don't know if I would rate it like a 3.75 or a 4-star, but right now I would say it was a 4-star. I enjoyed it. The writing was good. I enjoyed the characters. It was fast-paced. It gave me all the holly jolly vibes that I wanted. It was magical. I went into it thinking it was just going to be a romance book, and although it was, there was more to it. There was more depth and there was more things that we did. If you love YA, if you love fast-paced books, if you want a little bit of romance but also just like the holly jolly spirit and experience, then definitely go check this book out. And next time you see me, I'm going to be picking my next read. It is time to pick out a new Christmas book. I have all my Christmas books right here, and I'm just looking to see which one I am in the mood for. Tell me why. Obviously, I love reading, but tell me why picking out a new book is almost just as fun. It just is so exciting to like go to your bookshelf and be like, which one am I in the mood for? I even got my little Christmas sweats on. They're literally freaking gnomes. How cute are they? I wish it took me like 2-3 days to finish a book. Imagine. It literally takes me like 2-3 weeks. Oh, this is so hard because I'm looking at these and I'm like, all of these are speaking to me. So there's Kiss Her Once for Me. This was released last year and I was really intrigued by it last year, and I was like, no, let me wait for this year. Now I have it in my hands and I really want to read it. This is, this one has fake dating, and this one is LGBT. So the two love interests are both girls, and having to spend time with the boyfriend's family, and the love interest is the boyfriend's sister. How thrilling is that? And also the cover, it's freaking purple. Then so many of you have told me that either you enjoyed Love Light Farms or you know someone that read Love Light Farms that they enjoyed and they enjoyed it. Heather McLary, I think I said this in my other video. Heather McLary here on YouTube, she makes book content. She said that this is her favorite holiday romance book. And that is why I bought this, because not that she's a harsh rater, but I trust her book opinions. So for her to say that, and the fact that a couple of you have already told me to read this, I'm like, ugh, I'm so intrigued to read it. And there is even the Christmas Fix. Miss Lucy Score, her writing. I've read Things We Never Got Over and have yet to read any of your other books. I need to. I know her writing, at least in Things We Never Got Over, was so easy and fast for me to read. I remember I read that book really fast for me. So, as of right now, I have been really intrigued to read this before the year ends. In the back of my mind, I've had this one. Like, this is what I planned. But then I look at my shelf and I also want to read these. I wish I could read all of these before the year ends. Why am I so indecisive, you guys? I think I'm gonna read Kiss Her Once for Me. I think this is my choice. Next time you see me, I will be starting a new book. Probably this one. Sorry it's so dark right now, but I do not want to turn on any overhead lights right now because I am just straight cozy right now with just like these Christmas lights on. It's such a vibe, and I got a candle over there, and the heater's on. It's so cozy right now. And I have decided to start to read Kiss Her Once for Me. This is by Allison Cochran. Is that an M or an N? I think that's an N. By Allison Cochran. There's just something about starting a new book, man. It's so fun. This book is for my parents, who love me when I fall as much as they love me when I fly. And for the grandmas, obviously. That is such a cute dedication. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day. Okay, so it begins. breakup, when they communicate, when their feet are 3 inches deep in snow, when you're about to end a book. Okay. Wow, that was so cute. I just mentioned this just now, but I absolutely love when a romance book knows how to communicate. I've had one book, and ironically, it was a Christmas book, and it was last year. I read All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. There was like a 4th act breakup, it felt like, in that book. I think it was actually 3, but by then I was so over it. There was no communication in that book whatsoever, and it has traumatized me for books that have no communication because it makes me just like furious. I hate when grown ass adults will not communicate. And I also am not that big of a fan of 3rd act breakups. I'm realizing like if it has a 3rd act breakup, I'll either give it like half a star less or like a whole star less on a rating because it makes me mad. I really did enjoy that book. I would say I would rate it a 4-star. I thought that like the writing, the way it submerged me into the world, and actually let me move. It feels like the light isn't really on my face and it feels like it's really dark. Is that better? Can you see me better? Oh yeah, that's better. Also, I'm drinking peppermint tea for the first time and it feels like I just brushed my teeth and I love it. I think I chose a perfect Christmas romance. They mentioned so many Christmas songs, which was so fun. There is a part where when Ellie, our main character, is at Andrew's family house at the cabin, they mentioned that the mom had a like laminated schedule for like the week that they'll all be together, and every single day was like something Christmassy and like Christmas like themed, and I loved it. So every day like in the book we were doing something that was like Christmas related. So there was like Christmas family photos, they went skiing, they baked cookies, they like put up the Christmas tree. Like we were doing fun Christmas activities every day and I loved it. It was so fun. And I love the mention of like the snow and the cold and like when you could see your breath when it's cold outside. Like it was so fun to read about. And like if you're looking for a book that completely submerges you into the Christmas spirit but also talks about like mental health, then definitely I recommend this book. This one had like a lot of depth into it. They like the characters were very vulnerable and they talked a lot about like your mental health and the complexity of like being a human being, and so I really appreciated that. And like I enjoyed reading about like real raw characters who like deal with things that like everyone deals with but like no one talks about. So I enjoyed that aspect too. There's only one thing that annoyed me in the book. Well, there's 2 things, but okay. So first off, I enjoyed reading the book physically more than the audiobook. In the audiobook, the narrator, the best friend's voice that the narrator had, I absolutely hated it. It made me hate the best friend. And I'm sure if I like didn't have the best friend's voice from like the narrator's like voice in my head, then I probably would have liked the best friend more. But why did the narrator use such like an agonizing voice? Agonizing, I don't know if that's the right word, but it used such like a squeaky voice, and like why? They made her sound like such an annoying person. Anyways, there was that, which is not the book's fault at all. And also like I don't want to like shame the narrator because like she's doing a better job than I could ever do. But the way the narrator like voiced the best friend, Meredith, I did not like Meredith because of that voice. And another thing, the main thing, the amount of times that our main character Ellie said, and she flicked her chin to move the hair out of her face. Like that that like Justin Bieber thing. The main love interest had short hair, and so she would go like that to like move out her face. Oh my god, it felt like it was in every page she was saying, and she flicked her chin and she flicked her chin. I was getting annoyed by the end, and she kept saying that she smelled like freshly baked bread. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like after, I'm not even exaggerating, it felt like 10 times in the book. I'm like, okay, after like the 8th time, I get it. I get it. I remember the Spanish Love Deception kept talking about his ocean blue eyes or something like that, and I'm like, oh my god, I get it. Like, you don't have to say it 10 times. Other than that, other than the flick of the chin and the audio and the audiobook narrator Meredith voice, other than that, I really did enjoy it. So my rating would definitely be like a 4-star. It was so good. I am very happy that I read it. I wanted to read this last year so bad, so I'm glad that I got to it this year, and I really hope you enjoyed. I had so much fun bringing you guys along with me. I hope that you enjoyed. Like I said, please comment down below what Christmas book you're reading, or just like what book you're reading in general. That will be it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!